Okay, hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today's topic will be resistance in parallel combination. In parallel combination, if you have seen the previous video where I have drawn the resistances one after the other, then in parallel combination the resistances are like this way. Okay, like take three branches and on each branch put one resistance. Now over here, one point that you have to understand, the whatever voltage or potential I am giving over here is the same potential between A and B. Between A and B, the same potential. How that is happening? You can see the plus is connected across A and there is no resistance in this wire. So there will be no potential drop in this wire. The negative terminal that is connected across B. So over here there is no resistance. So over here also no drop in potential. So whatever I am giving, suppose this V is equal to say 12 volt. So across A and B, that will be also 12 volt only because same wire, no resistance in between. Now, so over here, what is happening is that when current is going over here till here, then is no problem. But after here, the current is getting divided into three parts. The current, suppose this current is say 10 ampere. From 10 ampere, say 3 ampere will go over here, 4 ampere will go over here, say another 3 ampere will go over here. So basically the current gets divided. So this current gets divided. So this I breaks into I1, I2 and I3, right? Current breaks into I1 plus I2 plus I3. Okay, now if someone asks me what is the value, from here I can say or not, this net current will be equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So this entire current is getting divided. So this I will be equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Till here, no problem. Now let's see. Now what I told you is that whatever potential I'm giving over here is the same potential between A and B. Means what? Suppose this value is 12 volt. So in this wire, I am having how much? 12 volt. In this second wire, how much I am having? 12 volt. Over here, how much I am having? 12 volt. Means in a parallel combination, the potential across the three wires that remains same because all the three wires is between A and B, and I told you potential drop between VA minus VB, that is equal to 12 volt only. If this is 12 volt, potential between A and B, that is also equal to 12 volt. That means what? If I am giving this potential as V over here, then VA minus VB, that is also equal to V. Now see what happens over here is that if I go for this current I1, I need to find the value of I1. How will I do that? I will use Ohm's law only. So using Ohm's law, if I have to go for the first wire, so this V, because the potential across this wire, the top wire, that is V only. V is equal to I1 into R1. I1 into R1, right? Current is I1 and potential and this resistance R1. So potential over here, V, potential drop, that will be I1 into R1. Similarly, if I take the second wire, this V between A and B, V is equal to I2 into R2, this current into this resistance. And the potential across this third wire, because that is also V. I told you all the three wires will have the same potential, which is equal to this. This V will be equal to I3 into R3. So from here what I am getting? I1, that is equal to V by R1. What I am getting over here? I2 is equal to V by R2. Over here, how much I am getting? I3 is equal to V by R3. So this is the value of I1, I2 and I3. Okay, got it? So if I use over here this net value current I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3, that will be equal to how much? I1 plus I2 plus I3. Same, I'm writing. Same equation. Now this net current will be equal to how much? I1. I1 is means what? V by R1. I2 is equal to how much? V by R2. And I3 is how much? V by R3. So this is one equation that I'm getting. Okay, sorry for this small thing. I1, I2, I3. So see, this is the one equation I'm getting. Now after this, you have to consider consider that the resultant or the resultant resistance or the equivalent resistance of this entire circuit as Rp. This is you have to assume. So consider the equivalent resistance of the circuit as Rp. Like in the series also we have assumed the entire resistance is Rs. Over here you assume that the net or say the entire resistance or the resultant resistance of this entire circuit is Rp. Equivalent resistance is Rp. Now if I use Ohm's law, I can say this V is equal to the current. How much current I am giving? The current which comes from this voltage. This is I into resistance of this entire circuit is how much? Rp. So I is equal to how much? V by Rp. So this net current becomes V by Rp. Right? Now after this I have to equate both of them. I don't know whether you will be able to see or not. See, if I equate I is equal to this much and I is also equal to this much. So what is happening? This V by Rp becomes equal to V by R1 plus V by R2 plus V by R3. Now if you cancel over here, ultimately V by Rp is equal to, if I V take the common, R1 plus R2 plus R3. Cancel this V and V. So ultimately the resultant what I am getting is, resultant equation becomes how much? 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So this is the net. This is the formula that I need to remember to do the sums, that in parallel you have to use this formula. 1 by Rp becomes 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Suppose I have many resistances like R4, R5, then what you do? Then the formula becomes what? 1 by Rp becomes 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 plus ... 1 by Rn. So this becomes my net formula, right? So this is the resistance in parallel. Now let's do one or two sums to understand these things in a much better way. Now this question is given in your book also. I have to find the equivalent resistance of this circuit, equivalent resistance. So over here I have 1 ohm, second I have 10 ohm, and third I have 100 ohm. So R1, R2, R3, 100 ohm, this is 10 ohm, and this is this 1 ohm. So how to calculate the equivalent resistance? I'll use the formula what just now I have found out, that 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So it becomes 1 by 1 ohm plus 1 by 10 ohm plus 1 by 100 ohm. Now if I take the LCM of 1, 10 and 100, how much I get? 100 only. Over here becomes 100, 10 tens are and 100 ones are. So if I do it 100 plus 10 plus 1, that becomes 111 by 100. So ultimately, what I get is that 1 by Rp, means resistance in parallel, equivalent resistance parallel, that is equal to 101 by 100. So Rp becomes how much? 100 by 111. And if you solve it, you will get the value as 0.9009 ohm. Solve this 100 by 111, you will get this value. So, did you notice one thing? That when I do the parallel combination resistance, the equivalent resistance in the entire circuit decreases. You see, I have 1, 10 and 100 and the net becomes 0.9, which is lesser than this 1 ohm also. So, in your house also, the connections that are done for the light, fan and everything, we do parallel combination. What happens in parallel combination, the net resistance decreases and also each device gets the same potential. Suppose this is 12 volt and I do this kind of connection. Suppose this is bulb, this is a fan, this is TV. Then the bulb is getting 12 volt, the TV is also getting 12 volt and the say fan is also getting the 12 volt. So all the three appliances are getting the 12 volt battery. But if I do in series now, one after the other, then what happens? The problem is the first device that gets the entire potential, and after that the potential decreases. So second and third, they won't get the entire 12 volt. They will get lesser than that. So the bulb, if that is the third, suppose in a series, these three are there, 1, 2 and 3. Suppose this is TV, this is fan and this is last one is bulb and is connected to a voltage. Now this bulb will get the least voltage because say this is a 9 volt. This TV will get the entire 9 volt. This fan will get a little lesser and the bulb will get the least. So the bulb might only get 3 volt. Out of the 9 volt, the bulb will get 3 volt because we know in series the potential drops. So if the bulb is getting only 3 volt out of the 9 volt, the bulb will not glow or it will glow very dimly. So that is why we in our house connection we prefer to do in parallel, not in series. And also in series, the net resultant resistance or the equivalent resistance increases. If you see, we are adding it. Suppose these three resistances only we have in series, then in series what we'll do? 1 plus 10 plus 100, that will become 111. So the entire resistance increases. But in parallel, if you see, the entire resistance decreases. So that is why we prefer to do a parallel combination. Now let's do one more sum. So I have one more sum over here. This is the diagram given where you can see 2 ohm, 3 ohm and 5 ohm are the three resistance which are in parallel and is connected to a 60 volt. Now my question is to find the current I. Means what? I need to find this value, current I. And also individual currents I1, I2, I3. Means over the current over here I1, the current over here I2 and the current over here I3. I need to find these three values. So how I am supposed to solve the sum? So R1 is given how much? 2 ohm, R2 is given 3 ohm and R3 is given 5 ohm. So ultimately, if I see the equivalent resistance 1 by Rp is 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. Now put the values. So 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by 2 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 5. Take the LCM of 2, 3 and 5. 2, 3 and 5 becomes 30. So what I am getting? 15, 10 and 6. So 1 by Rp becomes equal to how much? 31 by 30 ohm. Right? But I need to find Rp. So Rp becomes how much? 30 by 31 ohm. So that is my equivalent resistance, 30 by 31 ohm. Now my question is to find the value of current I. So I'll use the Ohm's law only. So V is equal to IR. Now this R is RP. So V is how much given? 60 volt. Current is given how much? That I need to find. And RP is given how much? 30 by 31. Solve this value. I becomes how much? 60 by into 31 by 30. So current becomes 62 ampere. Solve it, you will get the current as 62 ampere. So the net current over here flowing is how much? 62 ampere. Now they are asking me to calculate the individual current I1, I2 and I3. How I am supposed to do that? I think you understood till here how to get the 62 ampere. Calculate the net resistance, equivalent resistance using this formula RP, and then after you get the equivalent resistance, use that and value to get put in the Ohm's law equation. V is equal to IR, and ultimately V is how much? 60 volt. I need to find, and RP is this equivalent resistance. Put the values, and ultimately you get the result and the current I, which is over here. Now if you are asking me to calculate the current I1, I2 and I3, how to get it? I1, I2, I3. See everything what I'm using Ohm's law only, but in a different way. To get the value of I1, how to get it? See, I will use the formula V is equal to I1 R1, because I told you in the first wire this 60 volt is only there. The potential across from A and B, that is 60 volt. That means what? In the first wire is 60 volt, in the second wire also 60 volt, and third wire also 60 volt. So I will use the formula V is equal to I1 R1. So V is how much given? 60 given. I1 I need to find, and R1 is given how much? 2 ohm. And I do it. I1 30 ampere. Then I use V is equal to I2 R2, because in the second wire also my net potential is 60 volt only, A and B, across A and B, that is 60 volt. So I'll put the value of 60 over here. I2 I need to find, and R2 is given how much? 3. So I2 given I2 becomes how much? 20 ampere. And ultimately I need to find the current I3 also. So V becomes equal to I3 R3, because the potential in the third wire, that is also 60 volt, because between A and B, that is 60 volts, and you can see the third wire is connected between A and B only. So between A and B it is 60 volt. So in the third wire that also becomes 60 volt. So V is equal to how much? 60. I3 becomes how much? I need to find, and R3 is how much? 5. So I3 becomes how much? 12 ampere. So I1 is 30 ampere, I2 is 20 ampere, and I3 is 12 ampere. Now if I add this I1 plus I2 plus I3, I1 plus I2 plus I3, 30 plus 20 plus 12, that gives me how much? 62 ampere. So, and I know the previous current when I found it, that this value of I was also 62 ampere. So you can see it is matching. So in potential, in parallel, the current gets divided, and in series it is the potential which gets divided. So you have to remember, in series potential gets divided, that V becomes equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3, and in parallel the current gets divided. This current I becomes equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. Now this is a small question I have given to you. Same question, same sum which what I have solved previously. I have just changed the numbers. R1 is 5 ohm, R2 is 6 ohm, and R3 is 10 ohm. So you need to find the equivalent resistance RP, then calculate this current I and the individual currents in each branch, I1, I2 and I3. So do this sum for your homework, and we will solve one more sum, because I think one more topic is left. When we combine the resistances in series as well as in parallel, then what happens? Now to understand this topic could be understood when you do one sum. So I will do one small sum to make you understand the combination of series and parallel resistances. So this is a question where you have a series resistance and parallel resistance together. So how to solve this sum? So over here you have to solve these three first. So you can see this 12 ohm, 6 ohm and 4 ohm. You have to solve these three resistance which are there in parallel in the first tense, and after you get the answer then you solve the later part. Now you can see 12, 6 and 4, they are in parallel combination. So I'll use this formula, 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by 12 plus 1 by 6 plus 1 by 4, because they are in parallel. Now if you take the LCM, it becomes 12 only, this becomes 1, this becomes 2, this becomes 3. So 1 by resistance in parallel becomes equal to how much? 6 by 12. So that becomes half. So resistance in parallel becomes 2 ohm. So this entire, these three resistances, if you combine, it gives you the resultant as 2 ohm. So what happens is that later, so this instead of writing these three resistances, I can write this as a single resistance of 2 ohm followed by a resistance which is 5 ohm, and before that I have another 2 ohm. So this 2 ohm is this 2 ohm, this 5 ohm is this 5 ohm, and combination of all these three resistance that gives you 2 ohm, which I have already done it. Now if you see these three resistances are in series, so they are in series. So I'll use the formula, resistance in series is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So that becomes 2 plus 2 plus 5. So that gives you 9 ohm. So resistance in the of this entire circuit or in this entire combination, that becomes 9 ohm. So you have to solve the sums which is given in your book, and if you have any problems you can contact me, and if you have my WhatsApp number also, you can ask that which sum you are facing a problem and which sum you want me to do, I can do it for you. So basically I have taught you the basics or the main concept I have taught you about series and parallel resistance. So I've completed this part, and in the next videos we will discuss about the power. That is also very important, the power factor, how to calculate the power. So till then, take care, bye. We'll see you in the next video.